Oh, sorry, I was muted. Hello, Adesito. Yeah, those are the rules. You need to say hi. And Franco, I think you should be on. So you're ready to start.
Okay.
Do you have the stream open? Just like to follow if you need.
I'm doing that in the phone.
Okay. So today we have a friend of mine, Franco. You can say hi.
Hi everyone.
So we work together. Just to give a small introduction, we worked together like 3.5 years ago.
We work in the same place. We never work together
Yeah,
there.
that's true. And since then, we both move on to different places. Um, and you are working with. What are you working on now?
Oh, I'm working in the Ethereum space. Ethereum is a blockchain,
Mm-hmm.
like the the biggest one next to after Bitcoin. And I'm working at a company that makes tooling for Ethereum developers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, one second.
And I
And
also maintain several open source tools. And this project that we are going to do is for one of them.
okay, yeah, this is Franco's Twitter. Keep him a follow. um, okay, and yeah, the tool we're going to do today is like a comment extractor or a library to extract comments from Solidity. So what is Solidity? I know it's like a way you write stuff for Ethereum, but
It's a programming language for writing smart contracts. Uh, I mean, I can give an introduction to it, but it's probably not worth it. It doesn't affect what we are going to do, and explaining how smart contracts work takes a long time. So we can take it as just an arbitrary language.
okay.
If you want, then I can send you an example of how the code looks like.
Mm-hmm. Looks like.
That is very simple. You have
Give me 1 second. Looks like I'm having connection issues. Can you try again? Because I was hearing you with some interference.
Oh, I said that the details of the language don't really matter.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
it's fine now.
it's a syntax very similar to JavaScript, and in fact, uh, well, let me share you a small snippet of code with you.
Okay.
I don't know if you can. Oh, I can paste it in the
Yeah,
share.
yeah, you can open a file there.
Okay, let me.
I'll install
Let's make
this
a.
Solidity plugin on the meantime.
Can I create a directory?
Yeah, you should be
Yes,
able.
yes, yes, I can. Okay, let's make a. Sorry. Okay, I created a test directory, and I'm going to put an example file there.
Hello, Antico. Thank you. Test. Yeah, I installed Solidity, so it should give the syntax highlight.
Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a contract that doesn't do anything. And the thing is, I contribute to a prettier plugin for formatting
Mm-hmm.
this language. And one of the things that the plugin needs is like an array with all the comments in the file. With a, can I open like a Scratch file in Visual
Yes.
Code. I mean, I don't want to create it in this case, just want a throwaway file.
I think you can just double click on the bar or Control N.
Oh, okay. I I don't use it a lot, as you can see.
I guess if you have the Beam plugin, you should be able to use the Beam like E
Oh, let me check.
command.
Oh, yes, that's true.
But
Okay.
if since it's not saved, I cannot see it. I guess.
Okay. So I created a untitled file. And I don't know if you are showing it. No, you aren't.
No,
Oh, it doesn't show for you
no,
because
it's
it's
not.
not.
If
Oh,
you
okay.
if you
Then
create it in your machine, yeah. Let me create one. So
yeah, it's just one. I know. Comments.json, something like that.
it should be JSON.
It's a JSON, so
Okay. Yeah.
I want to paste that so that it's easier to explain what I want to explain.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So the plugin needs an array of objects that represent a comment, each one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty self-explanatory. Each object has a type property that says if it's a line comment or a block comment, the value of it, meaning if you open the contract.sol, you can see
Mm-hmm.
the
Line comment
value.
and the block comment. Yes.
Yeah.
Range, line of code.
Yes, the range is the slice of the string where the comment is. So for the line comment that is at the beginning, it's 0 to 15.
Mm-hmm.
And for the block comment, well, you get the idea. The log is the location, I guess. the start and end, but in line column representation.
Okay.
That's kind of redundant with the range because you can infer the line and the column with the range, but well, it doesn't matter.
Okay. But this is not the entire AST, right?
No. This is what we need to generate from that file. We don't need any parsing here. We don't need to generate an AST or anything. This is what we want to do.
Ah, okay.
It shouldn't be that hard, but it has some tricky scenarios.
That makes.
So the block comment is
Yeah.
pretty
So
much.
the impression I had was that it needed to remove the comments from and produce the same code without comments. But it's something different basically.
Oh, it has some. For example, that code. I don't think that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that maybe that's an artifact. Let's just aim for the range, the type, and the value.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the raw value. And let's ignore the log for now because we can add it later.
Okay, makes sense.
So that's it. That's what we want to do. Because the reason is that you kind of, when you write a plugin for Prettier, one of the things you do is pass an array like this to Prettier itself, and then it does some black magic to let you know when you're traversing the AST and printing stuff and formatting it, to know where you have comments, because comments are in general aren't part of the AST because
Okay.
they don't have a semantic value, so they are thrown away.
Okay.
But you, of course, you don't want to you don't want Prettier to delete your comments.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do some jumping through some hoops to do it.
So you need to provide these to Prettier for it to keep the comments.
Yes, and then you have to handle them. But that part doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Because I don't I don't understand it yet. I kind of because some of other of the guys that contribute to the plugin was the one that did most of it.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, and the thing is that right now the plugin is using a JavaScript extractor for doing this, and it works, which is crazy because it's a different language.
Uh-huh.
But of course, eventually it broke.
I
So I
guess
want to
it's
write.
because the comments are the same in both languages, right? So,
Yeah, exactly.
and these also should work. I mean, the
Yes,
contract file. Okay.
you can. You should be able to put a comment pretty much anywhere. Like here. So
when you save it, it moves it somewhere else. Like, you see what happened?
oh, that's because this is interesting. That happens because the plugin you install for Solidity uses under the hood the prettier plugin that doesn't work well with comments. So you need to disable auto format.
Okay. Let me
You see what I mean?
disable.
You are
Yeah.
using under the hood the plugin that we are improving.
Okay. That's a good like a good segue into it. Like, not segue. A good like reason to solve the issue.
So of course this.
How do I disable the auto formatting
Okay.
setting?
So well, the first thing that you might think here is let's use a regular expression, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could.
Yeah. I was thinking a bit about this, but that shouldn't be the.
Oh no, of course it's not the answer, but something like that, and then you extract the comment. But this doesn't work for several reasons. One is that you might have, I don't know, a string that for some reason has a comment inside, and that's not a comment. That's a string literal.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right? Another thing you can have is something like this.
Nested comments,
Right?
yes, which are not nested actually.
Yes. And you can't, as far as I know, handle this with a regular expression. I think I don't know a lot about languages and parsers and stuff, but I think it's not possible
I
to
mean,
detect this.
I don't know much either, but even if you can do with regular expression, it will get quite nasty. Like, right?
Yeah. Then you also have this, which is awful, but I think that should work.
Not in the syntax highlight, but
Maybe the syntax highlight is not smart enough, but I think that should work. I'm going to check it with the compiler, but
okay.
I think that should. But you get the idea. It's tricky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
So one powerful approach would be to have a parser that supports this and gives you the comments, but we aren't going to do that because it's a lot of work for several reasons. I tried to do it in the parser that we are using, and it's not trivial. So
So basically,
the
the current parser that you are using, it doesn't support comments, or like it throws them away.
it throws them away. Yes, it actually writes them to like a different channel, and you can access them. And I tried that, but it's a mess, and I don't want to do it.
Okay. Because that will be kind of ideal, right? If you get the full
Of course,
AST. If I
that would be
remember, if I remember correctly, in JavaScript, like I did stuff with Babel, very limited, but it gives you the comments in the AST.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh, okay, I checked it and this doesn't work, so we can ignore that case.
yeah,
But in some languages, it does.
but
I don't know
yeah,
if
you can have stuff, pretty crazy stuff, right? So, okay, so do you have an approach in mind that we can take, or?
Yes, my idea is to use like a state machine
Mhm.
where you start in some state and then advance character by character, and
Mhm.
each character and maybe the character before and after uh, moves you to a different state.
Yes.
So, for example, uh, let me add something. This is like a compiler directive.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why it's being marked as an error. It doesn't matter. So you start in a normal state, say, and you advance and ignore everything, right? Until you reach a slash. And when you reach a slash, you actually, when you reach two slashes,
Yes.
you enter the line comment state,
Mhm.
right? And then you are advanced and start saving what you read
And then
until
on
you reach to an end of line,
your line.
and then you go back to the normal state. Uh, so when you reach a slash and an asterisk, you are in the block comment state until you reach an asterisk with a slash.
Yes.
So if you, yeah,
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. And then that's the same thing here. And then
and when
like
you,
you probably
yes, when
need
you reach
detect
a quote,
strings. Yes.
yes, you enter the string state, and you have to be careful with the escaped quotes,
Okay. Yes.
but that's it.
Does it work? Like the syntax is also broken for that.
No,
But
no, that works.
okay.
That one I'm sure.
Is it only double quotes or single quotes as well?
Both.
Okay. So there could be like string s2. Okay.
Okay, I checked there, and yes, the escape quote works. It would be stupid if it didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. That's what we want to do.
Makes sense.
What do you think
Color
we
scheme
should
is
do?
fire. Yes. It's broken, but it's
I'm not seeing
the
the
kind of
color
fire.
scheme because that's not shared.
Yeah,
I
of
mean, I
course.
see it.
You can install it on your. But I was responding to comment from the chat.
Oh yes, I know.
Yeah. The only thing that is shared between us is the code, but different plugins or whatever it's from your
I see.
Visual Studio. Okay, so the other option will be, which is kind of similar but abstracted, is the parser combinator way.
Okay.
And what was the library? So from the author of the P libraries in TypeScript, there is a parser combinator library, but I never used it. Parser TS, and it's probably the documentation is very dry, just type signatures.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
FPTS guy.
Yes. Very fan of his documentation. So let me see if we can find example or something. But it doesn't seem like.
Oh, it comes from a pure script library.
Yeah. And it's probably very similar. I've used for simple things parser combinators in Haskell, but the idea should be the same. So if you go here, maybe I can.
So how do you think about this problem
I
with
can.
parts?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I can share my screen. So in the call you are able to see because I'm browsing, and if you look at the stream, you will be fine. Yeah, I will share the.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the string module, and yeah, we have the different combinators, and the idea is that we combine these combinators, and we should be able to um, the state is kind of kept um, for you by the library
Okay.
compared
So
to.
this is a different approach from the state machine thing, but I like it.
Yes.
Let's give it a try.
Yeah, I think under the hood it uses something similar, like because it's like a state monad. It's keeping track of where you are. It should keep track also of the different um, lines and all of those things. I don't know how complete is this library, but I want to see.
Well, but this is a very simple problem, so
Yeah,
it should be enough. If it's if it somewhat works, it should be enough.
so it can. Okay, it can parse double quoted strings with support for escaping double quotes inside it and returns the inner string. Does not perform any other form of string escaping.
Okay, that
Okay,
works.
so that's good. Then it can parse floats, ints, many. That's
Oh
fine.
wait, I don't remember if Solidity has multi-line strings, but I'm going to check that. Meanwhile,
Okay,
you continue with the library.
they can parse spaces and strings. Not spaces. One off. Fold. Does fold do? Okay.
Okay, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have something like backticks or anything.
Okay, that's good then. I'm trying to find if we have like a parser for. Okay, so we have look ahead, many until
Is there an
optional.
example of some?
Yeah, I can look for examples, but not with this library. That's a kind of the problem.
Okay.
Parsec. Let's see. So the one I've used is called Parsec in Haskell, and there should be text by string, for example. Should be examples here. Wait, combinator, or we can Google Parsec. Okay. Oh, okay, what I can show you, and maybe the syntax will be a bit similar, is how I did the parsing of Markdown for Markdown like links, and I did it by hand. So I don't know how much of a good example it is, but
It doesn't matter.
and the syntax will be a mix because it's in Reason ML and the syntax looks more like JavaScript, but there are also operators. So
why I'm there like a contributor? Because I sent a contribution to
yes.
your.
Yeah. So basically, the way you a very naive way to implement the parser is a parser takes a string and returns a tuple of the string, which is the rest that you haven't parsed yet, and an either, or like a result, which can be the thing you parsed on the right, or in the left an error. That's a very naive approach without keeping track of the position or anything.
What do you mean with the rest? Why would you have a rest?
Because so you have the small combinators. This is like, let's say, let's go back here. So we define a combinator to parse, for example, the comment, right? So it parses a comment, but if the input is all of this file, you will parse the comment, and then you have the rest of the string that you haven't
Okay,
parsed yet.
and if you feed something that it's not a comment, then
It will
gives you
fail.
an
Yeah,
error.
it will fail. Yes.
Okay, I see it.
So I define like some combinators here. We don't need. Doesn't matter how they are defined. Then where did I have? So these are the combinators, but I should have somewhere the parsing of the. I don't even remember what. Oh, we are basically the whole stream just looking for some piece of code. Okay. Parsing should be here. But and description. So how do you? So the parsing of the description is it does. You're seeing the screen, right?
Yes.
It calls parse, and this is the combinator that we pass. And this is kind of
And
like
the
higher
and the
order.
pipe thing is also a combinator.
Yeah. So this is kind of like a higher order combinator. It's many of whatever combinator you pass to it. So that's why combinators, because you can combine them.
But I mean the operator between text and link is also a combinator.
Yeah. So many is for several of them, and text. This is an alternative. So either
Okay.
text or link. It tries to parse the text. If it fails, parse the link. So we should
Okay,
have
and text.
something like that in our case, where we will parse many. Could be, we could have maybe 3 parsers: one for
Okay.
line comments, one for block comments, and one for everything else.
Yes, that was my question. Do you have some sort of precedence, like ignore everything?
In this case, if the first fails, it tries the second. If the second fails, the whole thing failed.
So we need a catch-all at the end.
Yeah, we might need.
Something like accept any character,
And then
any single character, I guess, because you don't want it reading all the rest of the string.
exactly. So
Okay, that makes sense. So we need a line comment, a block comment, a string, a double quote string, a single quote string, and a character, and then we make a many out of that.
yes, give me 1 second.
Cool.
Yeah, so now we need to figure out how this library works. There should be some. Maybe we can install it. Right, so yeah,
Install what?
the library.
The parser library.
Yes, I'm installing that, and then we can try to parse.
What is the name? Because it's not parser TS.
Yes, that's the name.
Oh, I I wrote yarn parser TS.
Not installed. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I did install it already. So let's see. Port.
Okay. How do I play with it? Okay. I can't require it, so that this was a bad start.
Where are you? In which file are you working?
Oh no, I mean they know the REPL I want to,
Okay.
but apparently it doesn't work.
If you check the index file, I imported it there, and
I did a require in the no REPL and it didn't work.
hello Chris.
Oh, because it needs FPTS.
Yeah, probably it needs. Hello Chris, how you doing? Yeah, so
What package manager are you using? Yarn or?
yeah, normally yes, but doesn't matter.
And did it install the peer dependency or you just remember to do it?
I installed the FPTS as well because I knew that
Oh,
every
okay.
dependency from this guy will use
Okay.
FPTS.
Okay.
But so Chris
Okay.
is saying
Makes sense.
that he works with language for a blockchain, but you never seen Solidity. Yeah.
Sorry, what?
In the chat, Chris was saying that he works with language for blockchain, but doesn't he's never seen Solidity before.
Oh, which one?
Which one, Chris?
Because the comments aren't updating for me.
Motoko. Okay.
Oh, no idea. In which blockchain is that used?
Maybe that's okay. The search. Motoko language.
Oh, okay. I don't know it.
I think I've seen. Okay, looks similar. How would they see? Yeah. Nice. Okay, so what I want to figure out first is to start like a simple thing, right? Then we'll slowly make it work.
Where are you? Okay. So here's where we have different approaches, I think. Because the first thing I do is I went directly to the REPL and I wanted to do like something working right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to do the same, but I was writing that in the file, not
Oh,
in the
okay,
repo.
makes sense. So what do you think if we make something that reads a single letter and returns it, like the first letter in the file or the string?
Yeah,
And then
the thing is we need to parse, I think, any char, right? Any.
there seems to be a char inside the parser, like p char,
I don't know.
and then there's a
Yeah.
oh, there are several of them, but I guess there should be something like any char.
Yeah, I'm looking in the char in the docs in the char module.
Okay.
Any
So we don't want to use. Oh wait, maybe we can do this
satisfied. Yeah.
trick of making a
Yeah. So
of combining
yeah, Chris is saying that normally the like the most basic combinator is satisfy, but yeah, let me see if we can find it in parser maybe.
Oh,
WinCat. Nope. Okay, let's try to parse just like the comments. So I think we can import from parser string, then will be string
what are you trying to do?
to parse like the so this should be the comment, the start of the comment, right? Okay, we have some wanna be famous follow us.
Nice.
Let me do the one machine and satisfy. The set parser constructor takes a predicate function and will consume a single character if calling the predicate function returns true. Yeah, it succeeds. If it returns parse, the parser will fail. Okay, and then there is succeed. Whoa, so many. So many bots suggesting me to be famous. I want to be famous, yes. Okay. Yeah. So satisfies will be used to like we can write basically anything based on satisfy. But so what I was trying to write is like the beginning of the string. So this is comment. How is it called? Because it's not the parser for a comment. But okay, so any char is satisfied comes true. That's a good a good option or a good thing to do. Yeah, so we
Oh,
can
nice.
say sat as satisfy and then parser any char. So okay.
Oh, okay.
But we have now, for example, the parser for the not the how what is it called, the two slashes? It's a part like comment
Line
delimiter.
comment start, let's
Yeah,
say.
comment
Uh,
time comment start.
yeah.
So we should be able to do
So we should have something like this.
parse.
Uh, I'm not sure if we can use that, but let's try it because I don't know if we should use uh, that instead, but I don't think so.
Yeah, but let's try to run the example of parsing the beginning of the string just to see how it works.
Sure.
So what's the type of the parser? It takes a string.
I think it's a function.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, basically I want to run the parse. Oh,
No, it isn't.
but line comment string. Yes, it is a function.
Oh, yes, it is. Then why isn't it compiling?
What does it say? It should be a stream of strings.
Okay, what does that mean?
But then it's probably not that we don't need, we shouldn't call it like that. So
Yeah,
there is a
that's
stream
why.
module.
This is why I hate when documentation doesn't have like a minimal example
Yeah.
for you to get started. Does it have tests? Can we look at some tests and reverse engineer how this thing is supposed to work?
That's a good idea. There are examples in. We should have started there. Uh,
Oh,
Checking
there's
if
some
there were.
examples. Okay.
Yes, there are examples.
Hidden between.
Yeah, it's in the library. So I'm trying parsers. So defining several parsers.
There's a flag.
Parse. There is a run. Okay, so there is a code frame. Parser. Code view.
What?
This. Yeah, I don't know what's the name of it, but it takes a parser, takes a string, and produces. Okay, it produces a result. So that's what we want. We want the run function from there. So if we do run the line comment, then we have to parse. There we go. So now we have, yes, I think we should be able to run this. With node, ts node or node ts, I always forget.
I don't think you should use that.
Why?
Take a look at the implementation.
What does it do?
It's literally a code frame. It seems like something internal that this guy uses.
T stream source it.
Oh, that's the one. Stream an array of characters. That's the one we want.
But no, it looks like this is
I mean, it will work, but it's not the thing we have to use. We can use it for testing, but you know what I mean?
okay. Okay. So let me see if I can run it to see if we get some result. Yes. You can see the terminal, right? Okay. So
Yes.
that worked, and it.
Okay, I think this is like this. Sorry, I'm going to edit the code a little.
No problem.
I don't know what's happening there. And then you want to do, sorry, come start, something like this. And then string. Okay, I don't know. Okay, that's it. Try that.
Okay. Let's try it. I trust you.
There we go.
Okay. So what is the type of stream?
It's a function that returns a string from a.
Okay. Okay, it's running, so then we can figure out how to do it properly if there is a different way. But
Yeah. Let's do that.
okay, so
Okay, I think we have everything we need right now, right?
mm-hmm.
Now we can start working.
Yes.
It only took 1 hour. Okay.
So we have this is our input. We can yeah add.
Awesome.
Let's make it a multi-line so we can
Oh
add,
yeah.
add some code as well. So now I copy the full code that we had as example, and
Okay.
we don't really need to look. The only one thing we can do is let's import either, because that's the result type,
Okay.
and then we do
I think it's lowercase, right? Oh no, it's. Oh, okay.
now I don't have the auto formatting.
So how do what what does the result of this looks like? Because this is the one we use is just an either the value. But what happens when you start combining things? How does the output, the result, looks like?
So it should still give you an either, but instead of
Oh, of course. Yeah.
but the result should be something that some data type. So we will
Okay.
probably be mapping it.
Okay.
That
Let's try that. Let's try something like a space, maybe.
what do you mean?
I
Ah,
just want
yes.
to look how I want to.
Ah, you want to parse? Okay, yeah.
And I want to combine those two.
Okay,
Uh,
we should be able to combine them.
with.
Ah, okay. Yes. Let me find, because there should be an alt instance in the parser. Yes. So alt takes.
Yes, alt.
Let's import. Yeah, but let's import the whole parser
Okay.
as whole as
P.
p. Yes. We are writing together. So this is p alt, and then the
What does?
first thing it takes is let me copy the signature.
Okay.
What did I copy?
This doesn't work.
It's with capital P.
Why? Okay.
Because probably they're following the convention that this is a type, like monad or something like that, a class. Okay, so it first takes that, which is the second parser that you're going to try after, in a lazy. So what does it mean? Lazy is just a function. So that will be space. That will be a space, right? And then we take as the second argument the line comment start. This should be the think that should
Okay.
be it.
That's a strange API.
Yeah, this is meant to be written in pipe. So if we put
Oh,
pipe, because type inference in TypeScript works left to right, so you'd probably be writing things like this, and then you and it's not a pipe. It's a pipe. So yeah, you try this one,
okay.
and then the second one is alternative.
Oh, okay. Run it.
Did you change so we can run that thing? And
Oh,
okay,
come on.
yeah,
Clearly failed for that.
we
What? What? Why?
we get type
Is that
checking.
a disconfig
I think none.
combination?
Yeah, I think we could disable it, but
No one uses parameters. Let's
you,
change that.
you disabled, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because we're experimenting. We don't need.
Yeah, doesn't matter. So I'm trying again, and it should work now. No, it didn't. You didn't save tsconf.
Oh, you don't have. I don't have autosave enabled. Okay.
It should be enabled, but okay. So it worked, and it parsed the line comment start, right? So if we change it to start with a space, it should succeed as well. And
Okay.
it return the space. And
if you use many,
if we put an 1 second, if we put like something that is not,
okay.
it fails, and it tells us what it expected and whatnot. Okay, but yeah, so if we use many, we should where is many defined? I think it's B also, right? Let me change a bit what we do in the pipe. So okay,
So there's a many and there's a many one.
yes, many is for 0, or that's kind of the I've seen this.
Plus.
Yeah, I've seen this in all of the libraries. Many
Oh,
is
it makes
it's
sense.
0 or more, and many 1 is it's 1. So if we run it now, I think we should get an array. Yes. So now we get the array, and if we put many spaces, we should get all of them. Yeah, we get all of those.
What did you do?
If you go to the line 21, you'll see that the input is a bit different. I mean, I added like many, more many. I added several basically. Okay, but so let's start by parsing. Did I? I opened something. Yeah. Okay. So what will be the parser of the command line? It should be
what?
So we want to define now the parser of the comment, the line comment.
Yes.
And it will be the line comment start, and then everything until the new line.
Yes.
Okay, so let's find the combinators. If you can go, yeah, we can check the parser. There should be combinators. We have between, no. I think there is many and many till, which is what we probably want here. And this one has an example and everything.
Incredible.
So let me copy the signature. Just
Okay, that's nice. Many tail, many letters until you get.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So there was the satisfy, but we have it.
Let's also import things like that's there. I think you're already doing that, but
So this is what? Sorry, I misheard.
yeah, never mind.
So this is any but new line. This will be so this is the parser for in the line 16 for any character that is not the new line. And then we can define many till as any till takes first the parser, and then terminator will be string just the new line, right? That should be any but no, that should be line, something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so now what we want is
You will need to do this now. Then
no, wait.
okay.
Let's leave it. It's well, yeah, there. So what we want now is to parse the line comment start, and then after that we parse until the end of the line. And let me take a look at the combinators for a second. How do you combine two? Change, cut, like that. Look ahead, optional. Run the take until start. Fail, succeed. So how do we combine this? That's a part.
There is a sec parser. Isn't that what you need?
What does sec? Takes a parser and a function will receive the result of the parser if it succeeds, and which should return another parser, which will be immediately after the initial parser. This way you can join parsers together in a sequence, producing more complex parsers. This is okay. Yeah, makes sense. Sequencing parsers, yeah, I think that's what we basically need to do. Yeah, this should be applicative. A good point. So is there, oops, 1 second, I'm moving the wrong window. There an app. This is the part, applicative part will be a bit weird. So what we want now, it's to construct some value. Let's define it. But what was the nodes? So what we want. So once we start combining these, we kind of need to, because this parser will give us a string, right? Franco.
I don't know. You mean the input?
No. The result of the parser is a string. Like, for example, the value of the parser will be, if we let's run this one alone and see. So if we run, what's the name? Line until n. If we run it, okay, it gives us all the lines. Wait, I didn't want to run it with many. To run it standalone. Okay, so it gives us actually the list of characters. That makes sense because we are yeah. But so you see that the value of the parser in the output is the list of characters, right?
Yes.
So what we actually want, so we can say that this is a parser of a list of characters. But we actually want a parser of a line comment. And line comment is what were the has a type and a value. It's something like this, right? Then the value is a string.
Okay.
So that's actually what we want, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we need to then combine these two parsers and then transform that into this input, which will be basically a list of characters, which we should transform it into a line comment, and then we will have the parser of a line comment. And so you were right that there is the sec comment parser, but let's define a function first that takes let's say make line comment. It takes the chars. Actually, it should take a string. So it should take the line and it should return the line comment. Whoa. The suggestions to be famous are crazy today. It's because of you. Fame brings okay, so this returns lines comment and then the value, well,
Okay.
so we have this function that is able to take in the string. It's able to produce the line comment, right? So if we give it, let's write this comment here. So guide. So what we have at the moment is a parser that produces a list, an array of characters. We need to transform that into a string. So that's just like showing, right? And then let's.
I don't quite understand what those parsers are in this context.
So if we take a look, for example, here the space, if you see the type, is a parser of a string and a string. One of the type of the values is, I don't know if you can see the pop-ups of my.
No.
But if you check in line 30, no, in line 12.
Okay.
If you see the type of a space is parser string and string. Let's the first or the second, I don't know, are the input type. So let's remove it for now, because we only care about basically the output, right? Or does that make sense for now?
What's the first type parameter? The output.
One is the input and the other is the output.
Which one is which?
That doesn't matter. let's just ignore the input because we basically care about the output only. The input will always be strings. So if we this is kind of like a box, if you
I think I see what you're saying. Okay.
If you may say, yeah, we have this thing that is a parser of strings, right? And in our case, it's actually a parser of a list of strings. If you go back to the line 51 at the bottom, and that's, I think it's what was the parser? Line until end, right? If you check line until end, you see that, okay, actually it's read only non-empty array, wherever, but
it's an array of strings.
Yeah, array of strings. So because these things are functors, monads, applicatives, whatever, all of those functional things, you can map or transform whatever is inside the parser. And that's kind of one of the ways we can combine, and that's why we define this function. So if we give it make line comment, if we give it foo, it will give us a line comment, right? With the value foo inside.
Yes.
But we don't have the string. We have now a parser of a string. So how do we get inside that string? And that's when we can do pipe, and then we have the parser. What was the name of the parser? Line until end, right? And then we can do parser map, right? And inside here we can map to, we have the list of strings or characters. Let's say chars, and then we do chars join, and then now we have the string, and then we can map once again. And if you see now,
that's the line comment parser.
Yes. You see now, that's basically, if you hover over it, you get the line comment parser, right?
Okay, that's good.
Yes. So map basically just lets us apply a function inside the parser to whatever it already did parse. Sorry for the bad explanation, but
I see.
Yeah. So okay, so now we can use map and the other functions from it, the other the other methods from parser to combine.
What happens? I can do that.
Yeah. That should work. Comment parser.
Okay, let's see.
No, it will fail because no, it worked. Yeah, it worked, but it did parse the whole thing, because now the parser that we have here in line 45 is the whole line, right? It parses everything until the end.
How do you know that it didn't parse everything? Because it has a next?
Yeah.
Or why?
Yes. And because the value that we have, it's only the line until the end.
Okay.
So your question is, how do we know that it didn't consume all the input until the whole input, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it has a next, and it will. Yeah, I think it's that. And also because I'm sure that that it's working. Basically.
Yeah, of course.
So the thing, okay, we probably could do something with the output and check what's inside next, but now
So let's do something. What is going to be the final output here?
You
I mean,
probably
it's going to
want.
be
We can go back to nodes.
something like comment, where comment is line comment or block comment.
Yes, I guess.
Okay. How do we get the ranges? That's also a question we need to answer eventually.
Yeah. You see that it has the cursor there, so that there should be a way to get access to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And otherwise, we write the library ourselves. No, that should be a way, but we can do it without the lines for now. Because with there are many things we need to yet parse until we basically make this example work. So it will be a line of comment. So let's define the other. The other comment is block comment, right?
Yep.
Block comment. And it's the same. It has a value as well, right?
Yes, I think so.
And then we have the type comment, which is line comment. So,
Nice.
so we need a parser of a list of comments. Okay. And then there will be a third thing, which will be code or something like that. I don't know. What's everything that is not a comment? Let's ignore that for now. I was thinking that we could parse like three things. One is it's the two type of comments, and the other is it's code, and we will have a list of things, and then we filter out the blocks of code. We can ignore that. Okay, so the parser we have now for the line comment is not actually correct because we need to first parse the stars, the beginning basically, and then discard that, and then we parse the rest of the line. So does Solidity do nested multi-line comments? Do you know that, Franco?
I mean, the block comments are multi-line.
But not nested, right?
I don't understand what they mean with nested.
I think nested will be if you go to the contract, will be that this works, right?
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at your screen.
No, but you can follow my cursor. If you go to the contract file, my cursor is there.
Oh,
I think that's what we get an error 9 in line 9.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'll try it.
Okay. Because that probably will be a bit more complicated. But...
I guess it doesn't, but I check.
Okay. So what we need to do now is to make the line comment parser work, basically. And how we do that is we probably parse first type signatures sec.
No, it doesn't. The first end of a block comment is the one that is used.
Okay.
Luckily,
Yes.
for us.
I think that's easier. Okay, so we have the sec function that you found, and it takes a parser of a. Okay, so what we will do here is probably sec we take the parser of in line.
Do you know some language that has nested comments like that?
That's a good question. I care about it, but I don't know a language that has it. We line comment start, right? So
The line until end should be a many, no, or a many one, because like just 2 slashes.
what do you mean?
Here the line until
Yes,
end.
yes, it should be many. I think this should work like that. So if we run it now, so what I did is I used the sec combinator. It I we take we basically parse the comment start, and then we parse the line until the end.
Okay.
And that should be all. We run it. Yeah, we get the value from like the first
Okay.
space.
And if I add a single space at the beginning, it will fail, right?
Yeah, if we put something different at the beginning, it should fail.
Let me check.
Wait, it's not saved. It succeeded because it was not saved. I save now, and I think we should get a left. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I saw right, and so that right was wrong. I know, right is right. Okay.
Right is right. Okay. I think yeah. So that's the line comment parser. And now what we need is we can write the block comment parser.
I would prefer to do the rest of the code, because if we have the line comment and the rest of the comment of the code, then the block comment is easier. But it seems like more fun to do the rest of the code first.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yeah. Because we will get some meaningful results. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we go to the line 18, how does it look? So or I guess it will be many until the line comment start, right? Called, let's call it called chunk. Many until
What is this about the channel points that give you monad tutorials?
you can give it many names to the channel points. I chose the most fitting one. Yeah, and then
Okay.
then you can use it. You can be the first one actually to use them because.
Nice.
Okay,
Will you
so
write a tutorial for me?
no. You can check there what you can spend it on.
Okay.
I should add one that yeah, with many points because I haven't written a Monad tutorial. Okay, so we want to do many until let's see if we do fonts like any character. Please don't write another one. Now I will, Chris. And then line comment start. Right. I'm not sure if this will work.
That doesn't feel right.
Because
I mean, the way
because
I would
this will succeed
think about it,
always. But if I remember correctly,
don't you need to use like an alt with the line comment first and then the code chunk?
this is only for the code chunk. So and I think that's how many till behaves, but we can check the implementation. Yeah,
But
that's the good use. Disabling mono tutorials. Um, what was your question?
the way I think about this, but I don't know anything about this, of course, is that you have like this parser that gets fed some string,
Mm-hmm.
and if that parser is an alt, like you explained before,
Mm-hmm.
it will try to feed all it can to the first one, and if that doesn't match, it will go back and try the second one.
Yeah, I
So
think
if you have
if let's check the implementation, because if I remember correctly, many till checks first the limiter.
no, no, but I'm going to write it. Shouldn't be. Oh, sorry. I know this is not the correct syntax, but anyway, imagine that this is like a variadic method that works like someone
Mm-hmm.
would expect it to work, and you have like a line comment parser, and then a block comment parser, and then an nchar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like a many of this. Shouldn't this work?
Yeah, but how do you
Should not be
implement?
there.
How? Okay.
And then you have an array of lines, block comments, and then chars, and then you throw away the chars.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good approach actually. Um, yeah, I was thinking differently. So I was thinking to write the code chunk as like one of the um, basically one of the nodes that it will be parsing. Uh, but yeah, that I think that works well. But no, you know what's the problem here? With what you're suggesting, it will parse. Let's say we have a line comment at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It will parse it, uh,
Yes.
and then after that succeed, it will try it again because we have many. And then the next line is code, and then it will go to any char, and any char will parse until the last until the end of the file.
No, but the any char is a single char,
Okay.
so it consumes only that char and then tries again the line comment.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Of course.
let's try that. I think we should define the block comment as
Let's not
how
do
we,
it.
I don't know.
Otherwise,
I'm not. I'm familiar with parser combinators, but not with how you parse with it, like real code. So I'm not. I'm not saying that my suggestion is the best. Um, so we can try it with this. So what was so alt should try first. Type line comment line.
I'm going to remove this one that we aren't using, and this one too.
I think you remove the line comment parser. Wait,
Really?
where is the line comment? It's below. Never mind. Yeah, so that can be removed. Okay, so we have pipe here. We take first the line comment parser, or line comment was it? We can remove the parser at the end because everything is parser. Yeah. line comment. Yeah, it's used for its declaration.
Just move it below.
Yeah.
Oh well, move that up. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Um,
We need to give it this
char
name.
or line. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But so what is the result? Okay, unknown. Great.
Unknown.
Yeah, let's run it then. Char or lines. I don't know what will be the output. Yeah, that
Nice.
it worked. Yes.
Okay, that's awesome.
And it doesn't consume the end line.
I don't think that matters. Maybe I don't know if the range. I need to check if the range of the line comment includes the slashes and the end of line or not. But I guess it's easy to
Yeah, you can add
change it. Yeah.
append the. Okay, so char or line.
Can we throw away the line? Now the
Yes, yes. So now we need to do.
so now we have like an only lines.
Yes, and that.
It's an ugly name, I know.
So that we pipe there, we pipe the char or lines, right? And I think we can do filter. What does filter do? Let me check the definition. Yeah, I think that's what we want. So this is a parser of input the string and then string or
It's not an array, or is it? I think this is like this, right?
yes, you are right. But it's complaining.
It's still unknown.
Okay, so any char. The problem is in here. Any char is parse a string of a string. And what is the problem now?
Oh, fighting the compiler. A good way to spend a Wednesday.
Yes. Oh, come on. We are also missing the formatting because I disabled it for. Okay, so if we remove it, we can always run it.
Oh, it's a string. It's a string, not a string.
Yeah, but this array of strings or line comments, right? What is wrong? It's a stream. What? If I put this, the line comment.
Why is it smart enough?
Because wait. Because they need to be the parser of the same thing. That's the problem. Alt works only when the two things are the same. So we can say this is our line comment. I guess. Yes.
And what's X now?
It's a string or line comment. You wait.
To be an any. But
If you hover now, it's a string or line comment. And it's a list. Why a list? Yes, because yeah, makes sense. Okay, so now we can say x
It's a list.
filter. Yeah. Because with the parser is a parser of many, right? So we get all of those.
Type in X, yes. Oh, okay. Different.
Yes. And then text is line comment. But I don't know how here. What? Line comment is not it's not assignable to Boolean. Why? Expecting it to be assigned to Boolean. Let me see if we can do it at this level. At this level. I don't get the error. What if we say I know what we can say. We can ignore the error for now. Oh, fine. Then we use only lines. So let's run it and see if we. Oh, you see, we don't get only lines. What? I know what's the problem. I know what's the problem. So we are returning the filter. But the thing is, we are filtering the whole parser, right? So we don't need to do filter here. We need to do map.
Okay.
Because what we want is to transform what's inside, not filter it. And then we filter the list of nodes. That should give us, yeah, that give us 4 lines. Yeah, that is giving us 4 lines, right? 4 comments. And it's because it's including the things that are inside the string comment. You see the output?
Oh, okay, it's not ignoring the strings. I see.
Yes. So let's say, let me change a bit the way we run the results.
So I have like 5 minutes more. But this was I would
I would
I would start.
yeah.
I mean, I would like to read a little more about this library without having to guess all the time. But
yeah, it's a mix. Yeah, it's a bit of guessing game. So you see now the output. I'm basically getting inside the either and just logging. If it's a success, we log the values, and yeah.
yeah.
So we
Nice.
get half of what we wanted.
Oh, but this is a lot. So we should add a string parser before the anychar, right? And throw it away too.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, I wanted to try one more thing.
okay.
So a bit of a different
I'm
approach.
curious about the range thing, but I guess that's going to be a lot more complicated.
Um, Yeah, I've never done things with range, but we should somehow get the range. Because I don't know if we need to keep track ourselves, or if there is a way for the library to give those things to us.
I guess that when you do the map thing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when we do the map, we could count. So this is one approach. What I wanted to do was so comment. Let me define a type for the code. Code block. Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh! How you doing? We are trying to write parsers in TypeScript, but I'm only familiar with parser combinators in Haskell, and Franco wasn't familiar with it. So okay, so the code block is yeah. Then we have type will be code, let's say, which can be a comment or a code block. So a parser for a code block is any of any charge. Do we have that? Yes, we have the any charge parser. But we have it as
I used nearly like 5 years ago. No, not 5.
yeah. We are not we are not trying to parse TypeScript, right? We are trying to parse Solidity. But actually, we're not even trying to parse Solidity. We just want to parse the comments out of it.
Comments, yes.
Yes. So I don't know. I did too much LC after I literally used church encoding for my ST. Okay. Lambda calculator is LC, right? I haven't read about church encoding, so any char is what was
Oh,
sat?
I need to leave like 5 minutes ago. So,
Okay,
but
I will
I like this a lot.
just
I want to understand this a little more,
okay.
and I'm definitely going to go this approach, at least to have an excuse to learn more about this.
Okay,
Uh,
I will just wrap up what I'm doing because I have like 10 more minutes of the stream.
sure.
And
Just
I
say,
can push like a pull request, and then
I think I'm going to give you write access right now,
you
and then
do
you just.
you do whatever you want with the. But yeah, it's
I basically make you do all the work. So
that works for you, right?
okay, contributors. So yes, feel free to do whatever you want. I'm going to just give you full access. How is your GitHub? Okay, I have it.
Kill Christian, like the stream as well.
Okay, I sent you an invite. So okay. Okay, this was fun.
It was fun indeed. Thank you for joining.
Painfully undocumented, but fun.
Yeah, well, I guess we can document it after. That's
No,
probably
not
that.
the code. the library, the parts of TS thing.
Yeah, that's what I know. I mean
Oh,
that.
you want to send a like?
That's probably what everybody says if they use it, and then nobody documents it. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's true.
thank you for joining.
No,
Have
thank
a
you.
good afternoon still there.
Yes, it's like 6 p.m. and at this time of the year, it doesn't get dark until like past 8. So yes, afternoon or no or evening, I guess. Yes, evening.
Yeah, okay. Have a good evening, guys.
Okay.
Thank you for joining.
Bye, Christian. Bye,
Bye bye.
everyone.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Play some music. Bye. Yui, what are you using for Lunar Logic? Are you parsing it with pure script or? Okay, so just formatting some code here. What I want to do. So we have this char or lines, and then we have only lines. Okay, but what I want to do is instead do comments and code blocks. I should be finishing 5 minutes, but let me take a break and then like 2 minutes and then return for like 10 more. So I can get, yeah, try a bit of this and then. Well, this is kind of awkward, but keep having problems. Now this time the machine crashed. And just decided that it was time to die. So yeah. Okay, I didn't lose the okay. Was yeah, I didn't lose the open tabs. Sorry that the music and let's go back. Code. Okay, we can use Vim now because already cannot hear the music. Can you hear me now? Should be better. That's weird.
Man came to us in the night, he brought us home. Soon, four of us were tucked
Okay,
in
I think
beds with
that
new
should be working now.
sheets, and I sipped
Sorry
warm
about
water as I listened to it
that.
speak
Yeah,
you.
okay, so what did I want
Little
to
children
define?
are the war at its worst.
So we will have
Looking on the base, all your
any
eyes, and we will outrun
5
things till
again.
you're safe by my side.
Have
I'm alone now since I
the code
lost
block,
my wife.
or
We saved his life, I'm sure of it, old and
line
gray.
comment.
We gave him the love he lost and became his
Then yeah, this fails because
he gave us our education.
or
We were thirsty for more.
can we do something like
And
that?
when our call came in, we
Yeah,
were
everything was
all
formatted now.
taken off guard. Yes, hello, Sergeant Rondé. Special Ops
What does
America. Your teams have demonstrated
E and A?
everything we
Where E?
could
Oh,
do.
okay, it's I.
We're on
Sorry,
the
the
field
input
killing a
thing.
man now.
Yeah, that should work.
How
So we
cold
have a
doesn't
parser
hurt
of code
anymore.
blocks or line comment. Code block or line comment. And we do many now, right? Okay. Okay. Cannot find. Yes, because it will be less of these session. Okay, so we have code block. What? Everything is code blocks. It's split by line code. Okay. So this is clearly not working. think it's because it consumes the line comment here. Block. Sorry, here. Any character until. Okay, so any till and parser ABC, any letters until character dash. Write AB. The main till combinator takes a value parser and a terminator parser. Turns into parser that will run the value parser repeatedly on the input and return a list of the result values of the parser operation. For the empty list if the parser never succeeded. If the parser never succeeded, okay. So in the input, what if we start with the line comment? Just still code block and then it's consuming the input. What if I do look ahead? Maximum call stack succeeded. So what is look ahead doing? Look ahead. Not the right thing probably. Okay. Many. I need to see the source of many. Parser. Yeah. Many. Terminator. Map to empty and many one till. So I trace the terminator first and many till. What does many one till do? Takes the parser and then it changes it to cursive chain reg. So it consumes. Yeah. We don't really, we don't want this. It's a problem. It consumes. We a bit confused. How does this work? So I want to, let's say we have some code. I think we right. So what we want is to parse everything until here besides, let's put it like that. So we have to parse all of these. And now, what is it parsing? Yeah, it's parsing all of that. But then because it consumed the two slashes, forward slashes, it's also parsing the line comment as a comment. And then it finds another forward slashes and it consumes them, stops this code block, and it starts again. And then in this case, okay, Yeah, not really what we want. So how does it work in parsec? Sec. Or error. Main is defined here, so let's see the implementation of main. But no, we don't want that. We want many people. So and it runs a scan. What does a scan do? Parse scan. It's parse, but this minutes. Yeah, and the problem with putting where we go here. So if we put look ahead, right? It's not consuming and it always keeps parsing there. So of course we don't want that. So what we could do is what we do here. The other this is line comment for char. So how do we extend this? Line comment or block comment probably. Yeah, I guess we have to continue with this. Run only lines, then die. Needed and not needed. So we can run this and we will get again the comment. Yeah, actually we get also the ones that are inside the strings, but that's fine. So take the queen, right? So we have the left, yeah. Start. We take left, right, and the parse. Start. Comment. Then the parse. Parser is satisfied. Whatever that is not. I don't know. I think this will keep parsing until, yeah, I will never fail. Finish, but and it's many these. Yeah, I think we should do it differently, but because that will go until then. So now we do, yeah, line comment, otherwise block comment, otherwise, yeah, comment or block comment.
I wanna know you, wanna feel how fast my heart would beat if you were close to me.
String,
I wanna show you,
comment.
wanna let you loose inside my
This
brain.
string or comment.
If you'd run or stay.
Let's see if this works. And this will work, but I comment and okay, it only stuck. Okay. Comment or hold. And what do we have in the input? Yeah, we do have block comment. So we only get line comment. Why is that? Why will but if I do block comment, then line. Still only line comment.
I wanna know you, wanna feel how fast my heart would beat if you were close to me. I wanna show
This is weird.
wanna let you loose inside my brain.
Why block comments are not working? So let's write them differently. So let's say that we have the spec also, we have block comment start, and then ignore that and we write many until. So can we write many until block comment end. No, I don't want. Okay, Pretty is doing some weird things, so we need to configure it. In read, we can find false, semi, true, true quote, semi false, quote true, trailing comma, practice, yes. But okay, here I don't know why this is being parsed like that, formatted like that, but we cannot fighting parse the printer so much. Yeah, I guess it's type of code. So what if we run it like this? Yes, that works. Okay, but okay, this makes sense to be like that, and then the next one is like this, inline block comment, another inline comment, and then we need to find a way to parse. Okay, this should be working. So we parse, then we can put it like this, right? Yeah, that works. So if in 5 minutes I can find a way to parse a string. There was a string quoted, double quoted string. What is the parses a double quote string with support for escape on double quotes inside it and returns the inner string, does not perform any other form of string escaping. Okay. Okay, so let's use that. Okay, so it gives you a string. Okay, but let's say that we have a code for it. String literal. Yeah. Type code char or string literal or comment. Then can be yes. So now what do we want? This is say that parser of a char is char pipe it, right? that. In wherever we parse any char. This is that true. And then map that char to make char. Define make char. Which is string char type and then char type, and then same for string literal. This str, this str, this string literal, this is a string. 120, these guys single line. Got code formatters, but they still formatted my code. Okay. So we make the char. And we also want the string literal parts. String double quoted string, become parser of a string. So make string that works. Okay, so we try the comment. Then if that doesn't work, we try the string literal. And if that doesn't work, this is the code. We try any char. Parser of code. And I think we can say the parser string code. These guys wouldn't bother us. And then yeah, tokens. Let's say these are tokens, and then we filter. Token is code. No, comment. And then yeah, token type string literal, no, line comment or token type dot com. What is yeah, there we go. Is comment. Our token code. Dogs here. Now let's give it a try. Okay, so this one, well, it's in. This is the double. Yes, this is the single quote string. the double quote one was was removed. Let's put something like double quotes, single quotes, and let's see. But the slashes are in that's line. Okay. So double quoted string. The definition. Let's again see it here. String. Double quoted. Either string. Oh, nice. Surrounded by these many, either string or okay. So is there a single quoted string? No. I can write it. The single quoted. Okay, so now we need to import. Okay, and where does many here comes from? So what's P and what's many? P is parser. Many. Okay, it's parser from string. Okay, so it will be all as s. Then yeah, s s then s okay, so we have single quoted string and a string literal tool. Working. Close transform. Third station. Nice. So I think this is what we wanted. Probably this is, yeah, maybe it's not so performant, but whatever, right? Okay, I think that's it. I will initial Okay, so we add it here for the lols. Package JSON, src, tsconfig, yarn log, test. And then no, work in progress. This is like whip of parser source implementation. Can I push? Yes, I can. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this seems to work. So we can do kind of like a recap here. No, let's do the recap. So we have, these are like our tokens, say, that can be comments, which are the ones we want, or characters and strings literals, which are the ones we don't want. And then we have the constructors. We have a type guard to check if something is a comment. Then we have a parser that we just stole from the library, which is a single quoted string. Then how the line comment starts, the block comment starts and ends. And then we can parse line until the end. Right, and then this is a parser for a line comment. It takes line comment start and sequences that with line comment until end. That gives us a list of characters, so we join them and then we pass the constructor. So this is a parser of a line comment. And then we have the similar thing for the block comment, but this, so it takes first the block comment starts and many characters until the block comment ends. It's consuming this. This is the only thing we want. The between didn't work because, yeah, we could do something like this actually, but no. Oh, let me see if we have not string or something module. String, many one-off string float, maybe. Parse. Not the spaces, one of a list of strings, no. Fold, we gave a list of parsers, no, it's what we want. Actually, I'm going quite longer than. Okay, then there is char, not char, not one off, not upper, not not space, space upper. Oh, I thought we could do something like this, surrounded by, but no. Then parser, there is either. Either combinator takes two parser runs. The first on the input, and if that fails, it will backtrack and attempt the second. Basically, try parser 1, then try parser 2. If the first parser fails with an error flagged as fatal, the second parser would not be attempted. This is equivalent to the alt operation. Okay. Expected. Filter. Checking. It's distracting, but I'm basically just checking what we have. Okay. Maybe parser creates a parser to run the created parser, and if it fails, it will return the empty value as defined by m as a result. Okay, it's a monoid. Optional. Separated by 1, separated by path, sequential, surrounded by, take a in, quick start. Okay. This is probably what we can use. Fail at satisfy succeed. But I think this is already a good solution. So yeah, single quoted is the same as double quoted. We just copied, but yeah, block. So the block comment back to where we were. Sorry about that sidetracking. Block comment start. We parse that, and then we sequence to many of any character, and then do we have any car? But that's different. Okay, but the char actually, then any char should be put it here with this. Okay, and guy goes. Okay, so we parse block comment, and then we parse many of any characters until block comment end. We join all of that, and then we produce the block comment. That's a block comment. Then the character is any character, one at a time, and yeah, this. And then there is a string literal which tries double quotes, then tries single quotes, and makes a string literal. And then the comment, or this is probably comment. No. Code extract comments, I guess. Yeah, call it extract comment. That tries the line comment, tries the block comment, otherwise tries the string literal, and otherwise the character. and the character is kind of the one that always succeeds. And then these basically give us a list of code, and then only lines should be only comment, and this will be the code parser actually. Parse any code and then we produce only comments. So this is what could be called extract comments or parse comments code. Whoa, what's up with you guys? So many of these span. What? Yeah, so many of these spam things. Okay, so we parse the comments in the code, and basically we filter because we get the list of these code tokens. We filter out those. That should give us the result we want. We'll be able to add comment here in strings. Bam, comment here in between strings. And if we don't, it will be interesting. So if we just parse with code, we should get quite the long list, because yeah, all the characters are single ones, but we should have somewhere here yeah, the string literals. There are more items. Okay, but this is not okay. Yeah, this should be like that, because what we want to comment out is that. Yeah, that's the right thing. Okay, then go back to parse comments code. What happened? Yep, there we go. So now this is a parser of string and comment. And it works. What did we change? Fix and naming change. Formatting and change. Push. Okay, I think that's it for now. Remember to join the Discord. Check this schedule.
So we're gonna give him one right here.
Today, okay, program with Franco. Next up is book day again, and that should be on Tuesday again. And this week was a bit different, but yeah. Great. Thank you all for joining. I will see you on the next one.